Hey traders, welcome to episode 658 of the show, the early stream. Wow, really early. I haven't done a stream this early in a long time. This actually, believe it or not, when I had just started streaming like a year and a half ago, this was like the scheduled time for the day stream, 3 Eastern. So just back at this current time. I don't know. I was feeling kind of guilty about last night. Not streaming, watching college football instead of streaming on Labor Day night. But I did stream yesterday. Did a static video yesterday. So I thought, hey man, maybe I could take off. But my conscience caught up with me. And here I am. All right. Streaming early. Because last night was missed. I'm paying, what is it, penance? Somebody? The Church of Bitcoin. Bitcoin Connect, cap up. So, whoa, another run up, nearly $300, where when we were nuclear on the RSI, we took a good 12 hours going sideways to, get out of the kind of nuclear RSI territory on the 60-minute. But you did get out of overbought territory momentarily, I believe, and we're going to look at it, but not on the 4-hour. 4-hour continued to rise. So look at that 60-minute. It's kind of interesting. All right. So first off, do want to be very clear here. The first thing we're going to talk about is how we've made a high on price. We've made a higher high on price. We're making much lower levels of positive Momo, much lower levels of relative strength, while still being somewhat just a little bit overbought. All right. Volume also, we're sitting on higher highs. Another form of divergence. This does all say, this all signifies impending price action reversal to the downside. Now, how deep we retrace, you're not supposed to know that with divergence, right? I mean, you can get a better understanding of it maybe when it starts forming on the daily, but we're talking about the 60-minute here, okay? See, I feel like we might be on the new wave, the large wave from C to D, and when that happens, maybe we retrace somewhat, we don't go all the way back down, and then we rally again to eventually try to hit that PCZ at the 786, which is around 11,670 or so. Okay, so yeah, just indecision right now. But yeah, yesterday you were very overbought, but you weren't showing divergence. You went sideways 12 hours, and then you broke to the upside, $300 higher. And here's the divergence, man. All right, so if you're thinking about FOMOing here, well, hey, maybe you FOMOed last night, right? Because there wasn't divergence. Well, now there is some, at least on the 60 minutes. So just be prepared for what the market indicators are telling us, at least for the short term. Think about it. I think, look, man, when you really look at this, where we are, if you look left, you can see this square up. I believe it's right around this 10,750 area, maybe just a little bit higher, right around 10,760. Right, I think that you almost got to a square up here, but look, you can really see where that sell-off started. Okay, there was one wick up, and you go right after that wick, and that's where the whole world came crashing down on Bitcoin, at least for the short term. And so it does seem like we very well could have hit another square up. Could be argued anyway. And now you're just kind of contracting on price, right? Kind of like lower highs. It's like pinnating a little bit. Just very small, insignificant pattern. But just consolidation going on after another move up. Obviously a much smaller thrust compared to the first one, right? Just take heed of the divergence on 60-minute. That was really why I wanted to go live. 2 was just to say, hey man, it's there. Not that big a deal because it's a 60-minute, but it's still there. And you are still very overbought. Coincide divergence on the 60-minute, bearish divergence on the 60-minute with the fact that you are sitting at 81 on the 4-hour RSI. Okay, these things are kind of like, yeah, maybe a pullback. At least a small one, We didn't get any pullback. We just went sideways. And right, you can pull back or go sideways to try to reset your oscillators on insignificant time scales or less significant time scales like the 60-minute. Okay. So anyway, clearly C was it 113% retrace roughly, right? It was right there.
Bruh.
Small donation until I replenish the bank account, man. Good to see you here early, my brother.
Margaret Rivera, man, thanks for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you for all the contributions. Really, really appreciate that, dude. Thank you, man, Kings.
Bruh.
One day you'll say, "Good afternoon, traders. This is episode 10,000. Bitcoin is down $30,000 to 250,000 price target at the Fibonacci trace. Kings, not Kappa."
All right, he's not capping. Chat, you heard it. Claudio's from the future. Dude, thanks for the Ethereum Classic. Becoming Ethereum Classic whale because your contributions to ETC, they're just sitting there, dude. Just doing their thing, man. Just hanging out. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Crypto contribution for the early stream. And then the super chat for the early stream. Marco. Thank y'all. Wow. Amazing community. All right. So, you know what's crazy, dude? What's really crazy about where we pivoted? I mean, you touched the heart line of the equidistant channel. Remember, it was this area, this zone, resistance, support, resistance, support again. Right? Heart line being pretty freaking well respected in this downtrend. And guess what, man? Though you might pull back now because of the 60 minutes, and maybe you flag, and maybe it's a pretty shallow retrace, whatever it is, whatever consolidation we develop here, or even if we just square up down you go to the downside. There's square ups down here, right? As long as you make a higher low than your previous low from the August 30th low, this cipher, this potential pattern, this wave is valid. Okay, this wave is valid until you make a lower low than 93.65. Okay, something I want to look at real quick. Okay, man. I mean, you tell me. Am I crazy here? No, I don't think I am, dude. Do you see it? Do you see? Right? Here's one bottom. Here's a pinnacle. Here's the other bottom. In a way, it's like a much larger double bottom on the daily time scale. It's so easy to see. Think about it. I mean, everyone would just rejoice for us to get to the neckline of this potential double bottom. We do know there's a down sloping resistance right around 11,300 or so. And it's a little different on the other one. I just, for the sake of the pattern, the triangle, how are you going to use that wick up there? You're not. You're going to pretty much, it's like this wick, it's like 3 wicks pretty much you're using, not the last one, not that buying climax wick that's extremely emotional, FOMO-y stuff, all right? But anyway, just think about the idea here that if we are forming a much larger daily double bottom, are you kidding me, dude? The size of this pattern would freak you out. Measure move of this, if we ever confirmed it, it's only potential for now, remember? If you ever made a measured move, double bottom that might be developing right now, 15,354, that would be 52-week highs. Would be the highest levels we had seen since early January 2018. So don't even rule it out, the idea that that could be developing right now. Okay? And if you really think about it, if that's the case, sweet mother of God, Marco, I think Prodigal Tars is in here. Dude, look, a low on price, a nearly the same low, slightly higher low, but mother of God, it's just so close, man. Much lower levels of negative Momo. Could argue there's some class B bullish divergence going on right here. But of course, 7K, 2K. All right, minus 2K. Yep, that's the target, Kappa. Whatever, dude. You held again. You held the critical supports. There is no daily resistance looking left besides the crap you manufactured. That's not that big of a deal. Look left, 11.2, 11.5. The major overhead resistances that we might see again soon.
Bruh. Bruh.
Statham King says that double bottom PCZ. There's no PCZ for a double bottom. Do you mean that is, he's talking about this. And we'll just visualize Statham Kings's, you know, his statement. Breaking news. See, 786 is right here. So it's still going to be much lower. But just think about it like this, man. I can't get it perfect. There we go. I did. Nice. I mean, think about it. You break out eventually of a pattern. And we've seen Bitcoin do this many times before. It breaks out of structures. Right? Maybe it sells off. Whatever. Maybe it gets there. But then it breaks down and sells off. Whoa. Goes down to 10.4. Are you kidding me? Right near the PCZ, and it could maybe even double bottom off of it before running again. That's exactly what Bitcoin did way back here. Now this is a different one. This is like the ascending triangle chart, but I'll show you, man. The exact same thing Bitcoin's done before. This is the exact same way I had it. See, it doesn't work on this chart. On the tethered chart. There it was. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we broke the structure, and then we back tested it, kind of double bottomed off of it. And if you were a viewer back here, you knew what was going on. I mean, this was a cipher, right? A little cipher pattern that was developing. I didn't use the wick. But it was the same thing, man. X, A, B, C, and then D. It didn't quite make it. It was like $5 off the PCZ before reverses price action. And these are not going to be perfect, man. It was almost there. It sold off, and you wouldn't even believe it. But from the low point to high point, it was a 50% retrace. But look, you can see this is what happened, man. It was like you finally broke out of the structure. Then you made a low, you made a lower low, you made crazy good looking bullish divergence on the MACD, and this is where we were saying there's definitely impending price action reversal to the upside here, and you're making a lower low double bottom off of a structure you broke out of, and you had been in it for months. What? Okay, so these back tests happen, just like it could happen here. But you gotta have something that's gonna break you out of the structure. And it could just be that harmonic, man. A deep retrace. Whew. Chat, how was that? Is that okay? Was that good? Tripping through time a little bit? Nothing wrong with that. Why am I all of a sudden so bullish? Dude, we let the candles dictate. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, it's almost impossible to explain. I mean, it's not. Because, like, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's like, I can only say it so many trillions of times every single day before I just can't say it anymore. Where it's like, right. But I know new people come in here and stuff that have never heard it. So I'm going to say hi to chat. Why not? Cypher going on, man. Potential cypher. What's up, Nathaniel? Naeem? Sansaray? Bitcoin moving? Yeah. I mean, it was. Not anymore, really. Not right now. Thank you, Psycho, man. Psycho GHP. What's up, Roll Boss? This time is so much better for European. Yeah, it is. It is. I know that for sure. Nick Patton says, just a word of advice for anyone willing to listen. Do not stay in the Comfort Inn and Suites on the seawall in Galveston, Texas. Literally like a 1-star hotel. Yeah, dude, probably bed bugs. All right. What's up, Al Marie? Listening in from work? Thank you. But don't get distracted. Don't want me to be some sort of negative impact. It's supposed to be positive impact on your life, right? What's up, Sammy? Gender Neutral Kang, RS Nerd, Fernando, Nesta, Maxwell. What's up, MK? William Battles. What's up, Faint Aura? You say FOMO time? Oh, God. Remember, 60-minute bearish divergence. May Victory, thanks for the sub. Welcome. Say something in chat if you're out there, man. Thank you. You come here only to listen to some nice music in the background. That's it. Not even like 1% is you like me, dude. That hurts. Okay. Claudio says big arm muscle emoji. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, I hold every single... If you tip me in crypto, I don't touch it. I can't. It's like I treat it like some sort of retirement account where I'll be penalized. Even though I won't, I just do it. I don't know, man. All right, the backstory is pretty simple. When I left Hyped on Crypto and was on Beasley's channel, I remember the Hyped on Crypto people trolling the stream saying, like, this guy doesn't even have but around 5% or less of his overall portfolio in crypto. Why would you even listen to someone who talks about it like that? I'm like, you know what, man? And right around that time was when I was discovering I could set up crypto tips in stream and it shows up. And so, like, since then, I've just been, through the ups, the downs, more ups, right? Just been holding all that, and it's accrued quite nicely. And I haven't touched it. I mean, it's been for some of the contributions, it's been over a year. So if I ever pulled out, man, it's like instead of paying 30% capital gains, or like 29 or 28, it's like 15%, right? So that's good. I don't know, man. It was just kind of slap in the face of the haters. That's pretty much what it was. Okay. Because, dude, I came from stocks. I didn't come from crypto. So it's like people try to like say, oh, what's this guy? He doesn't even care about crypto, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I care more about the new market participants, people that have joined crypto that had no, they had never been in another financial market before. And it's like, so those people are, I think, extremely vulnerable to the scams and FOMO and bad stuff. So try to give just a different perception to the Moon Boys, right? No, I mean, I have before. I just haven't looked at it in a long. Oh, mother of God, dude. Well, I guess the bull flag worked out. Jeez, MK, you seen this lately? Freaking Roku, man. All right, let's see if we can do anything with this. I don't know. It's been a minute. Bull flag, dude. You broke out. Almost looked like you were screwed here. But here's the thing, like, okay, so that's the 4 hour though. What are the daily? See, that would have been real tough, man. Like, you could have gotten killed on a short here. Because think about it. That whole typical X, A, B, C, D thing, right? If one was like trying to take a short on the bearish divergence, and I was talking about like, look, a high on price, higher on price, you had lower levels of relative strength. Now, honestly, I don't think your MACD was showing bearish divergence. Just from this to this, right? You're diverging. But again, like you were showing some daily RSI bearish divergence, and it didn't matter, did it? I guess it pulled back a little bit before rallying. Chris Davidson, thanks for the 112 super chat. Okay. That's right, I'm only accepting Pundy Coin connects. Well, your joke's on everyone because I'll never give out my Pundy address, okay, ever. So you can't even tip me in Pundy Connect, man. All right, James. Let it be noted. Look at that. Look, okay, man. So, hey, beautiful Wyckoff stuff. Didn't work, man. That divergence didn't work. But let's see. Look what happened. So you never got the RSI divergence you always want, but look how you just kept this whole structure. You kept selling off, and every time, and this is just hindsight. Why not, man? Looking at it, this could be Bitcoin. This could be literally anything. That's the beauty of charts, technical analysis, man. Okay, it made a low on price, a lower low on price, then a much lower low on price, with even lower levels of negative Momo. So it was triple MACD, bullish divergence. And then you got to think about this, man. You were down at, I don't even know why this is here. What? I just deleted something. So look, you had that spring, right? You sprung to the upside and actually back tested a few times. The spring, right? A spring is just where there's a critical ice line or key support, and you fall below it. But when you fall below it, your follow through price action is terrible. You can't push the price down, which you should. You should have just dumped, filled the gap all the way at 1909, but you couldn't, man. You couldn't muster the selling pressure. It was already, I guess, too tired. Well, the MACD was saying it was pretty exhausted. RSI, not so much. And then a little morning star, a morning star reversal pattern ushered the entire new uptrend. Okay, a morning star right below an ice line that had been broken. And then look, you rallied up, then you back tested it. Look, so it was like a break, you hooked, and then the bullish engulfing candles your go. You break, hook, and goad, spring confirmation, and then you were gone. Okay, just telling the story. Not sure if we can contain this within parameters of an equidistant channel, but we'll give it a shot. I think we may have already broken out. I think if you anchor from the top side, you have broken out. Trying something different though. Yeah, no matter what way you look at it, I think it was going to be a breakout anyway, right? Even if you try 1 and 2 here, not even 3, right? Does look good though. Does look good, like the heart line, right? You've got these different areas, right? The resistance. It's not too bad of a channel, but I'll tell you, let's try this. Did this on silver, it worked out. All right, so look at this little peak right here, 1 and 2, and then we go down to 3 now, and see how that plays. It's okay. It's definitely not bad within it, but you know, it contains you still like 1, 2, and then 3 now, and you're rallying in the top of the channels around 164, 165. This is Roku. You didn't know. All right. Look at his thought. Does that help?
Bruh.
Whoever asked. Demonic whispering keeps making you think there's someone behind you. Are you off your meds, dude? Dude, does anyone think this song is demonic? Does not come to my head. But you know what, man? Because I like you. Song's changed. We're at a different rooftop bar now, okay? On some Front's radio. Whatever, man. Dude, I can't get the audio in it right now. Oh my god. That should be okay, I guess. Jim Reed, it's weird. You'll see it time and time again, especially in daily time scale with the MACD and the RSI, where one of them continues to show it, like the MACD will continue to show it, the divergence on lower prices, and it'll create more and more of it. But then on the RSI, what'll happen a lot is like on that last level, that third or fourth level of MACD bullish divergence, the RSI then begins to diverge. And that is like, you got to take heed of that, man. I can show you an example on Bitcoin on the daily. All right. And this is what I'm talking about, right? A perfect example, clear as day, where you had the selling, right? There was bearish divergence, slightly higher high, rising wedge, you dumped. All right, you kept selling off. Here's a low, here's a lower low, here's a lower low, here's an even lower low. Okay, you just kept selling on, man. And it was like, remember, MK members, I know a bunch of people remember, they were watching the stream where we kept saying there was, in fact, bullish quintuple MACD, bullish divergence. And then on the tail end from this low to this low, I think the shortening of the thrust, the RSI divergence developed with all this bullish divergence from the MACD. And that is when we rallied and created that right shoulder of the inverse head, beautiful textbook inverse head and shoulders, and then broke it, and then made a measure move, created a little broadening top continuation pattern, rallied, hit the measure move of that, and that was it. That was it. There was actually one of the only times in 2018 on the daily that we didn't see bearish divergence. But you did hit, like, I think a 62% retrace. High point to low point. That's it, dude. 62% retrace, your golden retrace. You know what happens at golden retraces. That's right. James, wish you were here with us, man. It was, dude, I'm telling you, I was like the crazy guy. Like, I was like, I'm going crazy, dude. I'm not going to give up, though. I will not give up on TA. Just because everyone and their mother was saying we were going to dump real hard right there at those prices. It's just like, that's not how it works, man. What's up, Todd Rayer? Rayer. Nah, dude, are you Ray? Who's Rayist? I'm Ray, you're Rayer, and there's got to be a Rayist out there, right? Maybe. MG members. What's up, Chicago Crypto Hustler? What's probably, yeah, the fib channel that's manipulated. Okay. Look at the daily right here on Bitcoin. A daily potential bearish cipher is very visible, clear as day. Chelsea Proet says, at Bob Lazar, great man. I don't even know what you did, but it's running better than ever. Thanks again. I think Bob Lazar was the one who, worked not at Area 51. Maybe he did. It was around it, but he is the one that all the alien technology or whatever, he knows about it, man, I think. How did Roku go from 30 to 150? It's a Momo stock, man. It's a freaking Momo stock. It broke a range. And it looks like it had something to do with earnings. Okay. Scrolling through some more chat. Sons of Ray started watching or joined crypto when Bitcoin's at 7,600 on the way up. Why does the last part of the harmonic have to be so far to the right? Why isn't the blue pattern more like the orange? It's not even a noob question about it. Anyone could ask. I do it just because, look, this is the way I do all the harmonics, right? When they create this little, you see this? I try to make it where all the candles are confined, at least on the upslope. They're all confined, right? So I can have it like that. But I just like it like that, man, because it's like doing work for me, right? Where I know there's a critical, right, support, kind of like right there, a critical upsloping support if this thing ever sold off, right? I could just use a trend line to draw that 1 and 2 here. There's definitely some sort of support subsloping. So I just let the harmonic do it for me. I don't know. And it just gives you, I don't know, some more perception that it could take longer than you expect to get up to the PCZ, right? Even though sometimes, like on the Garley, Bearish Scarlet. I had it like this, man. It's like something like that. Yeah. So and like, oh, okay. I just moved it over after it hit. It's like, dang, dudes. Okay. And once it hit there, you know where we went, man. Bearish Scarlet. Beautiful. Small pattern though. Not a very large one.
Mitch, I'm glad you're here. We need you. Inside your head.
Bruh.
Cody Mac, thanks for the 33 or the 333. Do you need to be inside me, chat? Monka S. Thank you, Cody man. Again. You can see hype and FOMO around subbing to this channel. Why, Bob, man? Why? I am but simple TA, man. Sorry, yeah, that was for Reckon Cryptocurrency College, I think. That analysis of Roku. That's right. Looks great, though, man. Looks like a really, really good channel to the upside, doesn't it? Looks fantastic. You've exceeded all the, 1272, 1414, 1618s. Definitely exceeded those. What's up, Ezra? Thanks, man. I don't know about that, dude. Again, that's not it. Thank you, man. Thank you for not. Okay. No, I haven't covered the dominance today, but we can do it right now. Okay. Yep, 52-week highs on the Bitcoin dominance log scale. There you have it. 72.88% on this chart. But, other people argue that it's much higher. Whatever, dudes. Okay, whatever you say. I'm just sticking with the chart. I don't know why this is off. I saw this, my why. There you go. All right. So that rally continues. Here you are. Yeah, your highest levels since July 12th, 2017. Continues to rise, man, which is not good for alts, man. It's really just not. It's great for Bitcoin, though. All altcoins. Altcoins. Those things that do things. Maybe they kind of do. We were told they did things, or they were gonna do things. They ran up really high, and then they got absolutely obliterated. I remember. So just real quick, just want to talk about a square up. A major square up on Ethereum is $186.62. We're not there yet. Still working on it. Probably in time could get there. Assuming Bitcoin holds up, just holds steady and doesn't just become violently, violent in volatility to the upside downside. Ethereum should be okay to continue its rise. But again, man, maybe not yet, because like Bitcoin, Ethereum is also experiencing the same 60-minute bearish divergence on both oscillators. So let it be noted for the record, Your Honors, Your Honor connects. There you go. All right. Good. Betstone, man. Welcome to the club, dudes. Welcome to the club B. Or should we say, right? I mean, is it TA? It's literally just look, again, if you've seen Nat Evans, if you've seen more of my shows, streams, I talk about it almost every time I look at this chart. it's not really TA. It's just we're looking at log scale. We're looking at an upsloping channel. That's all it is, man. All right. And yeah, there's no one literally buying or selling this. Okay. Not like, the Bitcoin dominance, market cap dominance, there's a contract for it. We're not looking at that. Yes, I agree completely. But what do you do, man? We're looking at a chart and we're looking at it rise crazily, right? So since April, it's gone up 20+%. That's why I'm looking at it, just so we can talk about why have altcoins not done well. A lot of it has to do with this chart, with this rise. So I'm definitely just looking at it, man. I mean, if I delete the upsloping channel, would that make you happy, Nat Evans? PCZ today, man. Asking any kind of timing question. Will it be today, tomorrow? Will it be in 12 hours? I don't do the whole, let's time it. Okay. Most of the time your TA in itself is not a fortune telling tool. It's just something that gives you a higher probability of being right at a particular time when all the variables coincide. Sorry. Okay, so gonna go back to those altcoins like Ethereum on the daily and log scale, the falling wedge. You're attempting to break out finally. But as we just said, 60-minute bearish divergence, so it might pull back before rallying again, but not making higher highs at all. But you can definitely signify here X, A, B, C, D. Same pattern, exact same pattern potentially developing on Ethereum that is developing on Bitcoin. Okay, which that bearish cipher, you can clearly see it. Lutzaman, fishing, golfing, TA. The dream, man. The freaking dream. Okay.
What are your thoughts on silver and miners, AG and Axio?
Literally to the moon, man. Literally gone. Now, I know I've looked at AG before. All right. And it's been in a downtrend. And it's continuing to be in a downtrend. And let me show you here what I'm talking about. Now, of course, the momentum has shifted. I think you have broken out of like something, but thank you, Kelsey, for. But look, this is the channel. Right, clear geometrical resistance way up here. You're gonna face it very soon, probably. 1454, not very soon, just at some point. Notice how we're using that heart line as resistance. Resistance, we could never break it until we finally did. And when we broke it, we ran straight up to the next trend line, the 75% trend line of the Equidistant channel. Seen it as resistance before. And we're actually above it. So we stay above it long enough, maybe, just maybe we get that rally to the top. All right, if you ever broke out, that could be a Momo shift in itself. Oscillators. Oh man, yeah, definitely diverging, right? You can see it. The MACD is not as clear because you keep making those higher highs, and now you might be making, and it's just it's like inexistent positive Momo on the slightly higher highs. Almost just looks like a rising wedge about to break to the downside, but oh, maybe it's just an upsloping flag. Could be an upsloping flag. Yeah, man, looks. Yeah, it's just an upsloping flag, which is also not really bullish. Okay, so now it's just gonna mess around. There we go. Yeah. Project 500, man.
Bruh.
Having issues with YouTube chat, still no one has reached out. Can you take a look at its act? A group I used to work with just bought in as GP. Tight high.
Certainly. Project 500. No. Thank you for the 24 XRP. There's something wrong with there's something wrong with XRP and the app I use for the tip service. It's like for some reason, if you tip me 24 XRP, it says I was tipped $24. So thank you for the 24 XRP, which is let me what is it at right now? 26. Thank you for the $6.24 of XRP, man. Kanks. Alright, so with that being said, you're at the top of the upsloping flag and you're showing bearish divergence 1, 2, 3. So maybe you sell off to the bottom of the flag and then maybe you could rally after that. But I'm just saying on the daily, you can see it. It's just every time you keep making a higher high, it's lower levels of relative strength. So that does just signify impending price action reversal to the downside soon, but to the extent of how far we go down is unknown. All right. It's been on a crazy run, just like silver has. And silver at a 618 golden retrace from its previous major high was at the top of its upsloping channel. Oh man, it was just like, the only problem was the divergence wasn't very clear anymore because it just broke to the upside when it was diverging, which is nuts. Just shows how overwhelmingly bullish right now. Oh man. Wow. Andy? Oh,
Bruh.
sorry.
Can I get your insight on gold? Please and thank you.
Thank you for the 30 XRP. Yes, we can look at gold, of course. Try to look at gold every day as of late, right? Seems very illiquid here. This asset, America First multifamily. Yeah, like really tough to say here, man. It's like I think there are ranges, different peaks. Yeah, it looks like maybe a double bottom, but also it's like, you know, you're nearing the top of a range that you've had a very tough time breaking. So you'd think you're at the higher risk end of an asset. Maybe if you get up to like 879 or something, there might be a look. It's very liquid, so I don't know, but like you want liquidity on shorts and longs, just so when you have limit sells or buys or stop losses, there will be more people that might be participating in this asset that would be, you know, buying or selling whatever you're buying or selling, right? Inversing it. So that's why liquidity is so important. It can prevent running stops and making sure, again, your orders get filled when you want them to on limits. So up here, you think is a high risk area and maybe a short opportunity at 875 or so. Especially the reasoning because the move was down, right? The impulse was down, not up. It's not a bullish range. It's more of a bearish range where you dump and then consolidate sideways. So this range, man, 2000. This is the weekly, man. So yeah, a second bottom, the pinnacle, you broke it, but how are you going to make the measure move? I mean, if there was a measure move, it might be a little bit more clear. Let me get out a log, man. There we go. It might be a little bit more clear on this double bottom if there wasn't all this adversity, this resistance above you, this gives you a lower chance of the measured move playing out because you might just hit this sell wall again and dump to the bottom of the range. Tiresome Moon Boy.
Bruh.
Tiresome Moon Boy tipped $25. That was the last chance to buy BTC under 10k.
We did it, man. That was it. Let it be decreed by everyone on the interwebs, Tiresome Moon Boy, that yes, you'll never see 10k again, Kappa.
Bruh.
Thank you, Tiresome Moon Boy. You covering this freaking storm. Hey, you know what's so good about, I mean, it sucks, right? It's a hurricane, but it's really good that the winds have picked up. Look at the eye. It's a category 2 now. It's, of course, still dangerous, but not near the level it was 24 hours ago, or even, shoot, man, 16 hours ago. You can't, there's not even a well-defined eye anymore, which is great. Just torrential downpour. And it's good that where the eye was, where the strongest winds are, it's going to be tough if it even does. It may not even hit land because of these winds. Good. I said it yesterday. You got to imagine, over thousands and thousands of years, how many hurricanes have made this same trajectory and have just continued hitting that Atlantic coast all the way up to Virginia, Pennsylvania, and then it's off and it's done. Right? Many hurricanes have done the same thing. George, people have been saying that, man. People have been saying that for 2 months now. So, it's interesting though. People so certain. People so certain of these things. Like, you're saying it like it's definitive and it's literally going to happen no matter what. That's just not the way to articulate sentences when we're talking about charts. Okay? You're not Nostradamus. There is no Nostradamus. Okay? And no one really knows what's going to happen in these markets. But dang, dude, we sure as heck have a better chance of being right when we look at coinciding variables that are happening literally right now. Okay? Wells Fargo super what? I mean, I don't know how it's that, but yeah. What's up, Luta?
Bruh.
Can you explain, again, how to spot a Gartley pattern for us slow ones?
Yes, Luta. Let me look at gold. That's it, and then Gartley after golds. This shouldn't take long, right? Because we've analyzed it. I memorized the analysis. I could do it without even looking at the chart. Golds. Okay. Yes, we'll look at that. Okay. Gold Connect. I think anyone's got a problem with Gold Connect, man. Look at that weekly. Isn't it fantastic? You know, the weekly, man. Get rid of these fibs. Well, just remember, it was like from the major previous low to high, we hit the 618 area, right? That golden retrace fell below it a couple times and then back tested it. Not bad. Golden retrace, man. Critical areas. Sing the song. The song of our people.
Bruh.
Tiresome Moon Boy tipped $25. The hurricane was like my BTC prognostications. Lots of talk, but when it's time to perform, it disappoints.
I don't know, man. According to everyone, according to live chat, everyone else is saying, oh, we should have been at 8K or 0 now. So, and we're just over here saying, hey, man, we don't know, but we're going to look at critical supports, resistances, divergence, patterns to try to decipher what could be coming next, right? Versus random, oh, in 2 weeks we're going to 8K. That's not an argument, man. Bring up some technical analysis reasons. All right. Oh, I got a phone call. 2 seconds. All right. Sorry.
Wanted to learn the beast in you, the creature I beg to smash the sky and swallow the pieces.
Go ahead. Sorry about that, Matt. My God.
If only to have a reminder stick in my throat. A loathsome memory.
Can you get the audio down? Yeah. Bitcoin's performance. I don't know, man. I mean, remember, on the stock market, on average, Tiresome Moon Boy, on average, 90-day correction. I think we're on day number 66, 67 of the correction, right? The buying climax, June 26th. So just doing what corrections do, man. After long moves up, lasted half a year. It's stuff you have to have. I'll tell you that. It's like you made it to moon. I think going from 3150 to nearly 14,000 was the moon. We hit the moon, and now we've landed on the moon, and we're refueling or trying to reaccumulate potentially on Bitcoin. There is arguments to be made that Wyckoff reaccumulation is occurring, although you probably won't be hearing that many places besides here. Okay, I mean, who else has brought up this idea? And we got gold up too. Hold on. Just need to set it up on my stream deck. Make it much easier. Hey, man. Dude, what the? Get out of here. Right? Conventional labeling of reaccumulation in a trading range. Right? And I think we may have just broken the creek. We're trying to jump across the creek right now. Okay? We're attempting to rally up to critical resistance points. Now, we could get thwarted. I think the most important thing right now is us breaking out of that downslipping resistance. Okay, on Bitcoin. But we can come back to this. All right, so yeah, gold, man. Same analysis, had it for a good, I don't know, and since I started streaming, really, it's just been like you had a higher low back here, then you eventually made a slightly higher low, and you held these supports back from 2013 on this low, rallied again, higher low, and then you were getting closer and closer. You had already broken out of the downslipping resistance you've been in since 2011. Big deal there. That's step one, but step two is continuously making those higher lows. Complex inverse slanted head and shoulder pattern. Look what happened once you broke that neckline. We got so much evidence this has been plotted the exact same freaking way. Once you broke it, 1357. Just kidding, 1545. Stupendous. Ran straight up to that real resistance, and now you're trying to break through it a little bit. 618 is 1587, and the measured move of this huge pattern, larger than your freaking face, 1653. 5-inch chat for gold.
Bruh.
So what say you, Tiresome Moon Boy, about gold? How's its performance been? All right. Gartley, man. The Gartley. I don't remember if we did this one, but like talking about a bearish Gartley. Yeah, we can do a bullish Gartley, whatever. Okay, X to A, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter what it is. But when you one impulse up or down, then you sell off. And it has to be, when you sell off from X to A, you want to retrace 61.8% of the way. All right. Then you want to run up and retrace at least 38% of the way. Yes, 38.2% of the way, all the way to 88.6%. All right, that's the max. You can't go any higher than that. And then C to D would begin that larger wave, right? That could take time. 786 is the PCZ, the pattern completion zone. Right here. What you want to see a lot of times is confluence. You want to see a 1414, 786, right? So you could know, like, all right, if this was the actual pattern, here's the 786. Where's the 1414? 1414 fib extension. We know it could always go there. That is the entry I took on the legendary one back in February. Okay, 786. That's like the entry zone for a long. Right there. And so if you took a long there.
Tires and Moon Boy tip $25. If BTC goes to 100k USD but the beer costs 2k USD, did we moon?
I would think that we upgraded to Mars and the Earth is now Moon or something weird, right? Inflation Connect. Could be something like that. But hey man, if the US dollar doesn't literally crash and Bitcoin keeps going up, hey man, we could have some real nice buying power on Bitcoin for some time, I guess, until the US dollar does lose all its value. But it's been holding in there, man. It just made like 52-week highs, or matched 52-week highs. Really not. It's like 4-year highs or something stupid. We can look at the DXY after the Gartley Connect session.
Bruh.
So, you know, at this at this zone, this PCZ, that is where people take longs. All right, and there's ways you can do this, man. You can be really conservative. Like, look, think about it. If your oscillators down there at these areas, this is what you're really looking for, man, on these patterns. All right, you're looking for, maybe we had a dump on price a few times. All right, a big sell-off, big negative momentum spike, get back to neutral, positive, and then, you know, towards the bottom, right, where the PCZ is, right, where you won't be taking their long. I think you have a much stronger argument and a much higher chance of being right, a much larger chance of this breaking to the upside at the PCZ is if you have that bullish divergence on your oscillators, on 1 or 2 or whatever, you know, whichever ones you use. Okay, that's what you're looking for at the PCZ of the Gartley or Cypher or anything. In the same way, you flip the chart, you're looking for bearish divergence at the PCZ, right? A lower level of positive momentum on higher prices. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for. And then from there, you would expect this to happen. A break to the upside. And targeting, stop losses, well, you can do a couple different things. If you're going to be like Casey Stubbs, all right, maybe we take a shot just in the dead middle. Casey Stubbs has a stop loss below X. That's a freaking pretty loose stop. It's okay. But Casey Stubbs goes for C. And Casey Stubbs, that's the first target. Casey Stubbs also goes for A. All right. So those are like profit taking levels if you looked at it like that. Of course, if you had a much tighter stop, maybe slightly below the 886, you could probably get away on reward or risk with a 618, a 382, 50%, whatever. Right? And you just go from the high point to low point to get those Fibonacci targets, right? This you fib high to low wherever you know, the swing low becomes realized, right? Where you start reversing your price action. Okay, you know, 382, think about it. If one had their stop just slightly, like, you know, below the 886 or whatever, well, then all of a sudden 6.8 to 1 reward risk, that means one could get away with being way more conservative on targets, right? 3.82 to 1 reward risk, fine, good. When you have 3 to 1 reward to risk on your trades, that means you can actually lose more trades than you win and still make money. If, again, 3 to 1 reward to risk. And swing trading, I don't think you want to have anything lower than 3 to 1, okay? Just because of the amount of time it takes for these things to develop, and opportunity cost starts like playing in effect. So, okay, so that's your Gartley.
Bruh.
If you enjoyed that Gartley education, hit that like button, that bell, that sub, man. My music, what's it doing? WRAY, Bonds and Bronze Radio. Oh my God, big shooting star maybe developing on the dollar, man. Very critical areas. Of course, what's new, right? Audio. Oh. I think we're good. Okay. So here's the US dollar. Tiresome moon boy. Connect. Session top Jesus, man. Okay, so yes, remember the 52-week highs were reached, but today, there it is, man. The dreaded evening star, potential reversal candle. All right, large wick on the upside, and small wick here, and you open slightly higher, and you just can't, for the life of you, break this 75% trend line of the equidistant channel. You just can't freaking do it. You might be reversing up here. But there's no divergence on the daily, interestingly, right? X, A, B, C, D. Did it hit the 1272? Maybe it did. Oh, this was the butterfly, wasn't it? Yeah, dude, the butterfly. So it was the 1272. Oh, man. It got so freaking close, man. Didn't quite get there, but geez. I mean, how perfect does it have to freaking be, man? You know? Like that, it's like a PCZ. That's the beginning of the PCZ for a bearish butterfly. Bearish butterfly is identified by that nearly 78% retrace from X to B, or XA to B, right? So this is maybe an area where the US dollar might reverse, assuming, hey man, technical analysis has worked before, many times before on this asset. You look no further than the 4 hour and see the same stuff, man. These same patterns, they played out. Look, man, bullish Gartley played out. Look where it went after it hit the PC freaking Z. Hit all the targets. Okay, so maybe this would play out too, bearishly. Already has in the 4 hour. A little bit, already started a little bit to begin to sell up. Okay, here's US dollar.
Bruh.
Man, we've been going, man. I've been live 1 hour and 8 minutes, and it's 4 Eastern, 4:12 Eastern. All right, let me get back to some chat. Bitcoin is at 10,695, starting to show a little green on this new 4 hour candle that, well, I'm sorry, I'm really late. It's time for your local on the lates. All right, sweet. You have it, chat. There you have it. 1 4 hour candle of indecision. Bearish divergence on the 60-minute. It's still real. You got the 4 hours, still just the new 4 hour candle just hanging in there for now. Sure thing, Kelsey. Thank you. It's so weird though. XRP is the only crypto asset that's bugged out like that. So weird. I see some of y'all talking about it. What's up, Renee? Thanks, Kevin, man. What's up, GT MKIV? Is it, man? The SAR and the Ichimoku. Kelsey's been stacking silver for years. Yeah. You're no longer catching the falling knife. Yeah, no longer. This uptrend on silver and gold could last a very long time too. I mean, technically, it's great. Fundamentally, they're both great too, right? For what's happening. 10.5-year market cycle. 6-year average since 1929. Give me a break, dude. That's right, Blessed 1V. Casey Stubbs swings for the fences. I don't know, man. There have been times where we didn't swing for the fence and we had a much tighter stop. And like on XRP, on targets where it hit 1 and hit like 1.5, and then we never saw that price again and it dumped, right? So, yeah, man. Bullish hurricane, Herbert, man, scary. Oh my god, talking about XRP, dude. It's about Anon. Dylan Fowler, how does John Cena recommend me, man? That doesn't even make sense in any universe right now, okay? So 1 qubit. We're going to see more upward movement today. Well, I mean, all depends on this right here. Will this bearish divergence play out? It's very, very... it's not very significant, right? A 60-minute bearish divergence doesn't play too big of a role. If it does retrace, it might not be much at all, right? But yeah, the 60 minutes saying the run might be done at least for the short term, very short term. Again, we don't know how far the retrace would happen if this played out. The receding volume, the lower levels of positive momentum, lower levels of relative strength, while being slightly overbought still. After kind of hitting pretty much a square up where you actually didn't really hit it up here. Could have been argued you did, but man, look at this, you know, it's just like a perfect area. So, well, I mean, you have to make of that what you will. 4 hour is overbought, man. 4 hours really overbought. 81, 82. That's super hot, man. But we know, you know, it can just stay overbought for extended amount of time. Sorry, man. Just chilling out for a second, man. I've been kind of going hard. Of course, BP. TA is definitely really a thing on Bitcoin. I can give you stupid amounts of proof if you need it too. What's up, Tom Crown? Good to see you, man. It's not even being bullish. It's just like, I don't know, man. I just look at it the way it is, dude. It's like, it seems like now the pivot point for C has been developed, and now I think 786 could happen in time. I don't know how much time it's going to take to get to 11,000, whatever. Hold on, 11,600. I haven't memorized it yet. It's 11,675. Don't know how long it would take us to get there, but it's a very real possibility. All right. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, like this pattern ended up playing out brilliantly. This pattern ended up making it to at least the 786. Oh, but now they're fake, right? Now it's stupid. Now we shouldn't even think of it as an idea, right? Oh wait. That's another weird, stupid universe. Okay. And just to reiterate, just to reiterate, price contraction, we held a very, very important support of sloping support, not horizontal. Don't be a scrub and say it's something it's not. It held, okay? And it broke to the upside after 3 days in a row of rejection below the support. Look at the rally, and then you could argue from one bottom to the next potential bottom, maybe slightly higher low bottom, lower levels of negative Momo. Yeah. Okay. So some class B-ish, A-ish, or convergence. Either way, all bullish on the oscillators right now at around the same level, a little bit higher. And get rid of the harmonic here just for a sec. And you talk about the new potential pattern that has developed on the chart very recently, especially at this pivot point, is that potential double bottom, 1, 2, and you know, you're not even, remember, this pattern is potential until it breaks above the neckline, which is the peak that gives us the two discernible valleys, one valley, another valley, right? And if it ever broke that 12,320, then it'd be confirmed double bottom, and you'd want to break it and back test and then run again. But eventually, if this pattern played out 100%, the measured move is again like 15,350. All right. Crazy world, isn't it? So TR fun guy, man. Oh, Larley in the house, man. Good to see you, dudes. Fortunately, the hurricane's making it. I mean, dude, I can't even imagine. Dude, there was this video, man. Oh my God. I posted it on memes and stuff. Let me find it. And this was like early yesterday, and this hurricane had just been beating down on Freeport, and these people were legit in Freeport. They were like live streaming too, content, man. Dude, they're in a house, okay, like a beach house, and they're on 15-foot stilts.
I'm going to walk around different
like steel concrete
sides of the house.
Stilts.
We have hurricane impact windows, so we're able to watch this whole thing unfold.
And so that was like early yesterday, before like the eye, you know, all that water and the surge just kept like just beating down on that area. I wonder how this house fared if like the surge rose even higher than where it was right there.
So I think our basketball hoop will give you kind of an indication as to how high the water is.
It's crazy when he looks out one way. It's just like nuts, man. It's like super scary.
Our neighbor
looking.
next door has a wall which is completely underwater.
Big front door.
And now look at the back here.
The back.
This is just, and the water's at the first landing of the stairs in the back here. You can see that it's washing over the slaked tiles. And the house in the distance, which is about halfway underwater.
Bruh.
Yeah, dude, I don't know about that, man. I don't know how I'd feel about,
I'm going to walk to the...
you know, being like on an island in a Category 5 hurricane's coming. Like, what happens if whatever you've got fails? Like, there's no outs, man. You don't want to leave yourself with no outs, right? You always want to have some, dude. I don't know. His family's there, like his kids and wife. I mean, that's like... You know, you gotta think about, if you're a man, you know, making an executive decision, maybe evacuating for the safety of others, maybe not yourself. You know, I don't, maybe that's crazy. Oh, music's loud, dude. What the heck? Okay, so I just wanted to show that. Why not, man? It's on memes and stuff. Well, I posted on memes and stuff, so in the Discord. Oh yeah, that's right, man. Silver killing it. The miners killing it with silver too. Tyler M, man, if you want to invest in yourself, you want to understand these patterns, channels, divergence, all that stuff, yeah, it's worth it. At least to gain the education, man. I think if you apply yourself and you're ready to invest in yourself, yes, the Patreon is definitely worth it for you. If not, probably not, dude. Like, if you don't want to learn how to do this stuff on your own, or not, if you want to learn how to do this stuff without like having to rely on someone else, right? If you want to go that route, which I think everyone should, they should do everything in their power to continue to get better every day with this stuff. Yeah, Patreon's for you. If not, nah, man, not for you. But again, I mean, you gotta think about the main reason one would join the Patreon is because, hey man, I like what Ray's doing. I want him to keep coming back every day to do this. That's why I really am joining the Patreon. And dang, dude, the education, trade setups, Discord exclusivity is there too as amenities to incentivize me. Absolutely, win-win for everyone, right? Symbiotic mutualism. Yeah, Seth Dominus. There's so many comments on the guys, like he was just so poised during that. But I guess you have to be, right, when you've got children and a wife. So I mean, you've got to act calm for them anyway. Mentally, they lose their freaking minds. With you losing your mind, you know, like as the man of the house. Yeah, bed stump, certainly. I'm sure they have insurance, right? Oh, you know, for the hurricane, Larley, it's going to cost insurance companies nearly $25 billion.
Bruh.
James, just go in the eye and just fly and follow the eye until it breaks, and then just get out of it, man, or something. Jasper, what's up, man? Thanks. He says, howdy, just found you. Think I like it here. I'm staying. Jasper, stay, man. Stay. This is a really, really strong community. Okay. Definitely one of the strongest communities in crypto, hands down. All right. Where's the man's car on the roof? He talked about in the video how he had a bunch of stuff like below. I don't know. He never even talked about his vehicle. That's a good question, man. Probably screwed. Probably really screwed. Sorry to that MK Kush, man.
If SLV breaks above $18, can it keep running up?
Of course, anything can continue doing something, right? Yes, of course. I mean, but again, we're looking at, well, we looked at XAU, we can look at XAG, which is SLV. All right, it's just like, yeah, man, it's just nuts, dude. It's freaking nuts. It's lost its mind, right? We're just yesterday, we were at the golden retrace. We were at the top of the uptrend, right? And it just said, I don't give a crap. It's at 1914 right now. It's just continuously broken overhead resistance, and it continues to do so. And the next overhead resistance you've got is around 20 bucks. 786 is 1964. Oh my God. But I think it's something much greater, much larger that's developing besides this channel. All you have to do is look at the weekly, and that's it, man. It's your, I don't know why that's not showing up, but whatever. Oh no. Okay, your potential double bottom is maybe just rallying and attempting to make its way to the peak, right? The confirmation zone, the line, right? This is like, it's a potential double bottom until it breaks above $21.19. If it breaks that back test, it confirmed double bottom, and in time, I don't know how long it'll take. And again, man, you're starting to get insane on I mean, last time you were at 82 on the RSI on the weekly for silver was April 2011. What was that? That was the top. That was all-time highs. That was when it all came crashing down way up here. All right, so that's the last time on the weekly we've seen anything like this. So you got to at least understand, I mean, trying to position or buy right now, I just think is maybe, I think you missed the impulse. And I do think in time, silver will not just go straight up. I think it will come down at some point and begin just a standard common retrace from the major swing low from wherever it peaked out at. All right, and one might get a better opportunity than where it is now. Okay, than where it was yesterday. Okay, the weird thing about silver was it wasn't really showing divergence. It was doing it. It was showing freaking divergence, and then it broke to the upside and then invalidated divergence and just became bullish convergence while being overbought as F, 82 on the daily. So yeah, big breakout of an upsloping channel, man. Big deal. Next target, 1964. After that, 20 bucks, dude. All right.
Bruh.
Let's hear it for silver. Bitcoin back over 10,700, maybe just barely, but still is. Still very well is above that area. Whew. Thanks for the 3. SLV. It was silver himself. Just reading chat now. All right, everyone calm down. Category 2 now, Nutzel, man. Yeah, going northeast. So it's better, and it's like it's so close to land that it's getting very weak, which is good, but it's also good the wind's pushing it away from land so that where all the most hardcore wind is not able to hit Florida right now. So definitely decent stuff happening with the development of the storm, at least in where it's headed, its trajectory. It's good. What's up, Infinite Paradox, man?
MGIs.
Reggie Ramy, man. Dude, thanks for the 5. Yeah, look at MGI. We looked at it yesterday. Bitcoin at 10,723. I'm just going to pull it up here just in case I need to come back, in case Bitcoin just started breaking to the upside again, all right? MoneyGram Connect. Hey, continued running, but just selling off a little bit. Again, man. Okay. So same analysis as yesterday. So yep, downtrend, you broke out, you actually gapped up. It's weird, you know, you were at this very critical support anyway. And then XRP, and then you just gapped up and rallied all the way up here, then sold off, nearly filled the gap, but didn't. But you did back test the trend line of the structure you broke out of that you'd been in really since April 2017. Back tested it, slightly low, and then ran again, and now you're breaking out of a range, kind of like you've been range bound, and just easy target for that range that you broke out of is around 582. But we know the more common retrace, the more, you know, if you're looking at it like, okay, since we broke out of this structure from its high point to low point of the structure, we're looking between 774 and 1161. Those are your common retrace levels. And what I mean by that is, since you're just overwhelmingly bearish long term, because everything you do is lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, you would think that you would just rally on up to make your common retraces. All right. 382, sell off, right? 50%, sell off, whatever. 60%, sell off. Those are the most common areas where you'll get a reversal in price action. And at those areas, you're looking on your oscillators to see if we'll get bearish divergence. Right? No divergence yet, just kind of overbought, 81 on the RSI. Currently 441. All right, so I think there is probably still more upside potential on MGI. But, you know, again, remember the cardinal rule for Fibonacci is like, you don't really know the swing low is valid until you get near that 236. I think we might be close enough to it to say that the swing low is valid for the major high to major low now. All right. And that's it, dude. MoneyGram Connect.
Bruh.
Dude, Tyler M, did you really, man? That's so weird. So he's not popping up at all. Dude, that is so dumb how it doesn't pop up. I can't like play it. It's like the Jesus chime's not working, man. Sorry, dude. There we go. All right, catch up now. What's up, Andy, man? Yeah, Tyler, man, dude, thank you so much, dude, seriously, for joining. Just like, there's just always been this weird problem with Patreon and Streamlabs. It's very, very weird. Like, I don't even, it's very inconsistent. It doesn't even make sense why it's stupid like the way it is. So, it should have popped up on the stream. And it didn't even show up in Streamlabs itself, so. All right, so 10,726, pretty much the highest high of this 4-hour candle that opened, I don't know, a little over 37 minutes ago, something like that. But you just got to remember the 60-minute, just showing a little bit of the divergence, man. But again, if there's overwhelming demand, or it's a less significant time scale, you could just, if your negative momentum doesn't pick up or build or anything, well, maybe, it might just rally again. Because there isn't divergence on the 4-hour, even though you're at over 80 on the RSI, which is overbought, really overbought. It's weird, TK. Streamlabs weak, but not for the IRL streaming game. Streamlabs is like the best, oddly enough. I don't know. They just like Stream Elements, Streamlabs have they're both like, I don't know, they're great in their own ways. If they could the only reason I want a monopoly is because I want those two to converge, where I can take advantage of the amenities of both at the same time with one streaming, whatever you call it, platform or whatever. I'm getting thirsty. I gotta maybe get some water. I need to go get a haircut too, man. Overdue. Jeff, yeah. Aloha. Hello, Nolan, son of Jeff. He's listening and will get a kick. Well, hey, Nolan, how you doing, man? Stay safe out there, and Hawaii. Put on sunscreen. UV rays, man. All right. Interesting fact, Hawaii is the only state in the United States that is in the coffee belt. Fun fact for you. Who cares? All right, man. So, yeah, thanks for the 625 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Helps with the growth of the channel. 19,749 subs. So we're like, 250 away, man. 250 subs away until 20,000. Huge milestone. I just don't know how long it's going to be until we get there. Mahalo, man. Hawaii. Kona coffee, yep. That's it, dude. Bitcoin dominance is continuing to rise at its highest point right now in years, in over 2 years. Going back to it, it's about to crack 73% total market cap dominance. What a world, man. What a freaking world we living in. right? Hadn't seen this kind of market cap dominance on this chart anyway since July of 2017. Very rarely does it go to 100. Like very, very rarely. So a wild world in crypto, man. Why is that thing pop up? You know, Stream Labs pisses me off so much because no matter what I do, just because I use Streamlabs widget, one of the widgets in a source of my scene in my OBS, it somehow automatically plugs in to Streamlabs, like to like the description of my stream. It makes it say support the stream, and Streamlabs pops up before anything, and that pisses me off so much because I don't give consent to that. I don't want that, and it just keeps doing it, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. I don't even use Streamlabs for that. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna delete it at least right now. Hold on. I got this, man. Man, it's just so dumb. It's like as soon as I hit start stream, that crap pops up sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Seems like we're good. Yep. What's up, Dan, man? Thanks for the thumbs up and the beer, dude. Hopefully, you're getting a kick out of the Bitcoin price action. Back above 10K, man. Back above 10.5. Gotta love this though, man. Got to freaking love it. On the futures chart, where anchor point 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top. Look how we touched it twice, kind of morning star-ish. And then look at the huge green candle, 10,850 right now, chat. Okay, we are $150 above spot price on futures. And just the anchor points that I haven't touched, man. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, the up thrust here, it failed 4 times. But now look where we effing are on futures. Just extend it out, man. How about that?
Bruh.
Critical areas. We were on the critical supports, now we're at critical resistances. It's very interesting. And look, as you can see, I'm talking about a structure, like a bottom, another bottom that's the exact same bottom with lower levels of negative momentum. That is Class B bullish divergence on your futures chart, chat. That's not a joke. Impending price action reversal to the upside is what Class B bullish divergence signifies. Hey, Dan, man, yeah, man, it's, I hear you, dude. Alright, Bedstone, have a good one, man. Yeah, retrace and go. Oh, Wolf of Worcester, what's up, dude? Went live early for you, just for you, man. Yeah, RS Nerd, it is huge premium, 10,860. Why, Jana? Just like you or other people don't use harmonics or Fibonacci or other things, I don't use whatever. I don't use Gann. You don't have to use everything, man. I don't have to use fib circles. I don't have to use Elliott wave. I don't have to use these other things. Look, you figure out your own way and you go with it, man. And you stick with it and you stay consistent. You don't change up things. You'll never be consistent if you keep changing up what you use to analyze. All right. Keep bringing in alien variables. Anyway, man, gotta love it. Gotta love it. 10,855 at the top of the downsloping resistance. The correction we've been in for 65 to 67 days now, whatever, give or take a day. All right. Big deal. Chat. Cardano still inside, contained within the falling wedge pattern after a decimating impulse down. All right, but you're showing bullish divergence. Okay, in the short term, on the daily, you are continuing to diverge on the way down. You've hit the PCZ of the very large pattern. I mean, very large pattern. Been in development since December of 2018. Here, man, 786. Absolutely looking exhausted on the oscillators, right? It's like every time you're making a low, a lower low, even a slightly lower. Look how weak the lows are. Like it's called the shortening of the thrust. When you have huge impulses, then you have another one that's less large than this one, but it's still large, and then you have another one that's smaller than the previous one, and then another one that's even smaller than the previous one before that. Shortening of the thrust gets the sellers are weaker and weaker and weaker, and you're starting to get to critical areas, and you hit it, the PCZ, the pattern. We'll see if this reversal can happen soon. All right, Cardano, man, nothing new though. So anyway, dude, I don't know what to tell you. We covered so much today. Again, I've been live for an hour and 45 minutes. How does time do that? Hour and 45 minutes. And I'm supposed to be going live in like an hour and 15 minutes. So how does that even work? I don't even know. What I want to know is when will the Moon Boys come back? What price does Bitcoin need to be at for all the Moon Boys to return? Man, we've looked at like so many altcoins. Gold, silver, futures. Well, I guess we didn't look at the S&P 500 today. It's down a little bit. Just still like contained within that little ascending triangle that's developing. Steven Dela Cruz, that's how it works, man. Keep investing in yourself, keep learning, become learned. Yeah, Geo Hightower, man, we just covered the crap out of it. But let's see how Cardano can last, man, you know. Good idea, Sam. All right. Well, chat, just wanted to give you the luxury of an early stream just because it made sense. It was okay for me to do it. And yeah, let's come back. I might come back maybe like an hour late, you know, like normally I go live at 6 p.m. Eastern. Maybe we'll go live at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we'll have an hour until that daily close so we can get that live, right? So thanks so much for the likes, the love, the support, the contributions, everything. Y'all are amazing. And yeah, I'll just be back in a little while. 60-minute bearish divergence on Bitcoin. That's about it. Could come back just a little bit. But then again, man, it's Bitcoin. And we know it's made its pivot point. So we know where it wants to go. To the deeper retraces, probably. And just recently squared up again. So I'll be back. Till next time, respect the T. Bay.
I don't know, sir. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.